The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Oh, okay, so Morris Media Live. I was like, what are you going to do? I knew something was coming.
Good morning, America.
It's the evening, so good evening,
fine.
America.
It's still good morning, America. Because y'all need to wake y'all game up. How about that?
And give us 15 minutes. Or potentially an hour, because the show's an hour.
Yeah.
We just need 15 minutes to get your attention, so it's all good.
Welcome, you guys, to You Got 15 Minutes.
Boom, boom, boom.
I know you might have missed our faces last week. Here we are again, but we're back.
Still
better
missing
than ever.
one.
Yeah.
Still missing one.
Well, the ladies are back. Mm-hmm. We are. JP is not in studio today, but he is here in heart and in spirit. So, and who knows? He might end up on the line too somewhere.
Right.
So,
he's just a little under the weather. He couldn't make it. We wanted to keep all COVID safe, so he wasn't going to join us today.
Yes.
But hopefully he'll call. I'm sure he's watching. So.
Exactly. So if you guys didn't tune in last week, we had a All Fellas cast. Shout out to JP, his dad E, Pluto, and Juice that were all here in studio last
Thanks
time.
Thanks for holding down my seat.
Yes,
Good looking
right.
out on that.
You guys kept it warm for us.
Yeah, because
thank you guys for being having 15 minutes for us.
Yeah, because we were a little pressed of what are we gonna do? We're not there.
Right, we need it.
We're gonna send JP solo, and then it was like, you know what? It'll be great. It'll be a different dynamic in here. Mm-hmm. It'll get some man stuff going on.
Exactly.
And then here we are back.
They don't have to worry about the ladies hearing. Like,
it was almost like listening to man talk without.
Right.
Yeah, but I was still there like.
Right, without the interruptions.
Except for when I was on the plane.
But
yeah. We're back.
We're here again.
Thanks for joining us.
We are going to touch on a little bit. They spoke a little bit on Father's Day, so we're going to go into that a little bit too. We're also going to touch on Juneteenth.
Yep.
So make sure you guys stay tuned in. If you guys are inclined to express yourself, or you guys just want to ask a question or comment, say hi, tell us what you're eating for dinner, call in. 323-815-4204.
If the line is busy, call back. That just means because someone else is on it. Someone will answer you. So just call us back. Just be patient, please.
And for those of you that are just tuning in, I'm Jay Green. This is G.
Hello.
We are 2 of 3 of You Got 15 Minutes.
Boop.
Like we said, our other counterpart is MIA for today, but we're still holding it down.
Hold it down.
Of course. So, how have you been doing?
I mean, I feel okay. I'm a little nervous that the world just opened back up.
Right.
For those of you that may not be in LA, we just opened yesterday, and things are already awry in my eyes.
California, right? Yeah, all of it, California open, right?
Yeah, people already can't drive. There's too much traffic again. There's just too much going on, and I feel like people are already too lenient with what they're doing.
Yeah.
People are just willy-nilly you don't have to be mask free.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't going for it. I went to Chuck E. Cheese to take my nieces in Carson yesterday, and it was like at least 25% of people in there weren't wearing masks.
Really?
And I was like, it's kids in here.
Yeah.
But it's hella much. It's
do you think that's because of how they said if people are vaccinated, they don't have to wear a mask?
And they're not going to tell the truth. And then the signs now don't say required, they say recommended, the masks. So there's that loophole where it's they can't really make you wear a mask, they just want you to wear a mask.
Yeah.
So I'm a little leery about that, but other than that, I'm good.
Yeah, definitely. Something that I experienced that I thought was interesting is that when I cross paths with people in a close proximity or something, and I have my mask on, of course, but
all the time.
If they don't have on their mask, I caught people saying, oh, I'm vaccinated, and sashaying their way wherever. And I'm like, But what about me and how I feel, and you're impeding in my space and everything, but you feel like just because, like, it made me feel like that's the new privilege.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I'm vaccinated. Like,
yeah, I don't.
So you can do what you want now. So
Pretty
now
much.
my health and the importance of me is not important to you, because it's like everybody was wear the mask for others.
Yeah.
Now people are vaccinated and they're like,
I still don't want your cooties though.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want your flu cooties. I don't want your cold fluties. Cold fluties. All that.
Exactly.
I don't want the fluties
Them cold
or the
fluties.
cold cooties. I don't want none of them.
It's finna be flutie season, y'all. Watch out.
And if the stuff is if the corona if the corona is mutating, I almost said migrated like a bird. If they're mutating,
it's migrating and
then
mutating.
I don't want the other versions of the panorama corona in my vicinity through you not having a mask.
Right.
Like, I don't want that. So
I'm be out there.
But
Big coughing.
I'm going to be that person because at the same time, I'm not getting vaccinated. So I'm just going to put that out there. I'm going to be the person talking shit, and I'm still not going to get vaccinated. So,
right.
Period.
I have not been vaccinated, but I don't really.
And we just went to Atlanta where they were never closed. It's not funny, but it's hilarious.
Hide your kids, hide your wives, hide your husbands.
But yeah, that's what that was what we were doing while we were gone, since we should probably tell the people why we were gone. We were in Atlanta. We were celebrating my niece's 12th birthday and seeing my family, and it was awesome. Shout out to all of y'all. Y'all know who you are.
Her twin nieces. Shout out Carolyn and Calissa.
Carolyn and Calissa. They're out here visiting. And also after that, we celebrated Miss Green's birthday.
Oh, it was my birthday. She forgot already.
Because we were out of town and
it
then
was
didn't
so
have
much
a show.
going on.
Yeah, but we did have a good time for your birthday, and so happy birthday to you. It was a good time.
It was, you know.
It wasn't the same.
We didn't do it big as I usually do.
Yeah.
But it was still fun. Yeah. I was trying to keep it low key. I wasn't trying to do too much. And because we went to Georgia, like I was just already like, I'm not gonna be trying to worry about that. I can't keep it lit interstately.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah.
But we did get to go outside. We finally got to go outside.
Yeah, we
did. Went to a silent party, and that was awesome.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And if you guys have never been to a silent party, you definitely need to go.
Definitely lit.
There's pretty much no speakers. You have headphones on, and the music, there's 3 different stations, or DJs, I should say, that are there, but they're playing different genres most of the time. Mm-hmm. And you can pretty much click through on the headphones and listen to different stations, and like the colors correlate with the station. So
some of them, because the last one did.
Right, the last one, that was weird. I didn't really like that either.
Because at the other ones, different depending on who throws it, so we're not going to drop any names, but just they're all silent parties. Yeah. But on some of them, you can see everybody that's got green, everybody that's got red, so you can see who's listening to what. Otherwise, when it's not, you just see a bunch of people dancing.
You're like, oh.
But it's fun, it's lit, and it was a good time. So happy birthday again.
Thank you.
Glad you enjoyed yourself.
Right. Shout out to all the Geminis out there. If you a Gemini, call in. Haters gonna hate.
Little season just gonna go on by. It's gonna be all right.
We have 11 signs of haters against Geminis. Everybody hates a Gemini.
Don't hate any Geminis.
It's okay, because we're out here unbothered and we're in solidarity.
I don't hate y'all.
All the Geminis are like,
I don't hate Geminis. I just be tired of y'all as a group only during y'all month. Because y'all are so
is
annoying.
everybody.
Other than that, Geminis don't bother me ever. I'm not one of those people that sniffs a Gemini out and is like, because I don't, you know what I'm saying? But y'all's birthday time, I be over it.
People be
but she's not a it's my birthday head ass like I am.
Right,
she's
that's
not,
you.
Yeah, she's not like that.
I'm just like, it's finna be lit on my birthday. Yeah. It's gonna go down on these days.
And then it's like on her birthday she's lit, but then pre and post she's just like me. She's just kind of like
unless I plan to be pre and post, but it just depends on what day it falls on.
True.
So
well, that's not pretty much anybody, but nonetheless, it was a good time. And moving right along, what do we have next?
Right. Let's get into it.
Let's get a deep
But
dive.
you guys, I wanted to well, you know what? I was like, we can start off with dads, but I was like, let's start off with Juneteenth. So
okay.
Juneteenth, if you guys don't know, well, it's this Saturday actually. But Juneteenth is actually to commemorate, which has actually officially just this year became a recognized official holiday, which that's a whole another thing. But we're going to get to that.
We'll get to that
but
quickly.
Juneteenth is pretty much, if you don't know, is a slang or nickname for June the 19th, and it specifically refers to 1865. So that is when, pretty much when Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves with the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. That news pretty much didn't circulate across the United States, and specifically Texas. So during the close of the war, the troops came to Galveston, which is why Galveston's a big big black city cornerstone, like big place in general in Texas. But they came to Galveston and announced to pretty much the state of Texas and the citizens of Texas that all people were made to be free at that point. So, in Texas alone, the Emancipation Proclamation was in 1863. So, the Juneteenth day didn't happen until 2 years later. So, people were still working. People were still living as enslaved people in Texas that weren't aware. Because, back then there weren't telephones. There weren't, it was Pony Express and Telegraph. Yeah. Right. So, they didn't get that information, so they were pretty much just working unknowingly this whole time without getting any kind of anything. And then pretty much as word spread outward of that day, outward, that was when it began to be a celebration amongst Black people or African American culture within the United States. So, and ironically, Texas was the first one to recognize it as a holiday in their state, but then it didn't get, like I said, recognized here till 2021 or 2021. Till 2021. So it just recently got passed, which is funny because I seen on the internet somebody had a meme that was like, I feel bad that everybody's getting, like, I feel some type of way that everybody's getting this day off now, and it's not just like for Black people, but I feel like, hey, it's a holiday. It's officially recognized. Yeah, it's officially recognized. That's all that you can really, Yeah.
If it's getting recognized, it means it's a step.
I think that this year I've noticed specifically Juneteenth, like, I don't know if it's because of Corona or just everything that's been going on as far as, like, African Americans or Blacks. I don't know why I'm saying African Americans, like I'm trying to be politically correct.
Because niggas are celebrating now. Niggas are tapping in and celebrating Juneteenth. Yes! Is really what she want to say. That's what she want to say. But
that's what I was leading up to.
She just over here. She caught herself like, why do I sound like I'm on the news?
African Americans celebrating, right?
Right.
We lit, y'all.
Pretty much is what she's trying to say.
This year we lit.
Mm-hmm. Last year we were lit.
Yeah, but
even through the Rona.
I think it depends. Some people weren't knowledgeable of it, or they heard of it but don't really know what it is, because I didn't really know about what it was till probably I got into college. Like, you hear about it, but it's like, okay, what is it? And then you even hear like, okay, what's that? But what does that mean for anybody, So, but I think with everything, the George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, everything, I think that has become, like, now more people, more than ever, are more proud to be Black and have looked into those things. And also, too, and I think probably the internet has a lot to do with it also, because I feel how, like, the Tulsa Massacre got a lot more media and, like, just coverage and exposure in general, even though it's happened however many years ago, And so, right, because it's like the anniversary was just, So it's like, there's so many milestones, I think, that have happened, which is crazy because we've gone, like, the George Floyd situation, people out here rioting, like, they make it like that's so far gone, but that was a year ago. Like, literally a year ago. It didn't even just
start last year. It started with Trayvon Martin. It started, like, more than 5 years ago. Like, when things, I feel like just when it started with the kids and then it just tapped back into Emmett Till, it tapped back into stuff from the past, and then everything's kind of with the internet and with people, like visual journalists, like going around and filming everything, and it being like pushed more to the forefront of like media because more people are like, yeah, how come we're not learning about this in school? That whole thing is like you said, it's making people want to like be more active and not feel like so many people were out here protesting for George Floyd last year when we were in Texas. And so many people on my timeline that I never would have thought would have been out protesting of all different kinds of colors. Like, so many people that I was like, yo, I feel left out that I'm here and I didn't go. But I'm not going to lie, I was too scary. I didn't want to go.
But do you feel like that people of our generation were looking for something to just protest?
No, I don't think it was our generation. I think it was the youngers that were
just
I
guess just our age and under, I would say.
I don't think it had anything to do with like age for that specifically. Like I feel like the ones that were looting, all those little, like you saw on the news, those little kids, they were teenagers, they were like young 20-somethings, they don't have shit to lose. You're just out there because you didn't have to go to school. Like, you know what I mean? Like those kids were just hopping on an opportunity. Yeah. I don't feel like they were looking for anything to protest because they weren't protesting. All they did was break shit and steal shit.
Yeah. Well, you know? I'm just saying like just the
more massive people that were actually protesting, I feel like were either people that maybe not necessarily waiting for a protest, but waiting for something worth protesting. Because we have the Women's March. Niggas aren't gonna show up for that. Yeah. They don't care. We have the school march when the teachers and shit be picketing and stuff. The march of all this stuff that like people aren't gonna come out for, but people are gonna come out for Taste of Soul. Right. People are going to come out for, King Day Parade. And so in this particular instance, I feel like this was like bigger than the King Parade. This was like a chance for people's parents who were affected by the riots because you lived in a community that got burned down, or you lived in a community where the police were fucking with your family. Maybe those people finally got their chance to peacefully protest even though, it went bad.
Yeah, because now we're in a place where we have more rights than we did back then.
Yeah, and I feel like more people came out because they felt like it was going to matter more now. Before, what have we protested? Really, if you really think about it, there's nothing really out here that anybody gives a fuck about.
That's what I was thinking. That's the biggest thing.
Other than the slut walk.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even compare that, right? And they be out there,
like,
right?
Like Pride. People show up in thickness for Pride because it's fucking Pride Month. So, and I'm not. We already know I'm not knocking that at all. But that's the only time when people are really
LGBTQIA plus around here.
There's nothing as far as like a protest though. Like there's nothing for us to do that made sense. And I feel like this wasn't the opportunity just to protest. It was the opportunity to protest and for it to matter and for it to make history. Yeah. So more people came out on some like, I'm probably never going to have the opportunity to do anything like this, just like they hopped on the opportunity to go vote for Obama. Just like they hopped on the opportunity to go to to Washington to watch the inauguration. Like it was just one of those like, I'm never going to get to do this, right time. So I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? So I think it I don't know. It's sad that we had to do all this, but all of that is what made finally Juneteenth become recognized, because people are out here on the forefront fighting for that shit and making it all, and not just LA, all around the country, all these little, all the allies, all the everybody that's out here like, yo, how come I love watching my Karen videos when the little white kids be tripping out on the teachers and the white kids be like, how come we're not learning about this? How come you're calling in the N-word? How come? I love that, because I'm like, these little 12-year-old little white kids that are like,
kids ain't playing
yo, nowadays. Mom, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing. I love it.
Like, you're racist, Mom.
Yeah, I love it. I just wanted to keep, it's just like, it's showing that like things are mattering, and even if you're not going to see it in your lifetime, that it's going to matter, because so many generations before us haven't seen any kind of justice or haven't seen any kind of change. Like the youngsters that are paying attention, like the teenagers, maybe not the 20-somethings, because they're on some entrepreneurial shit. They're like, I don't care, we don't see color lines, we want to make money. But the little youngsters that are like, and you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's gonna like just push everything even faster, because the kids are like, this doesn't make sense. Yeah. And when the kids start really, it starts becoming engraved in them, and they start making
stuff
changes
now with the internet and stuff.
Yeah, and they're so damn smart.
They can see it on their own.
So speaking of that, it's the student body president of Yale. He's like the first black student body president. I think it's I'm like 99% sure it's Yale. I hope I'm not reiterating what he said and what it was. But he made a TikTok about all of the shit that white people, it's literally called all of the shit that white people stole from black people and claim as theirs. And he does a TikTok show, and he just is running through all this historical shit. And it was amazing because he's like 20 or like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's the president of student body for Yale, and he's like a little black kid. And I'm just like, this is awesome because you're just like, I'm gonna use my platform. So we run through all this shit and tell you guys, and he's just lit. And I think it's amazing. So I don't want to keep going. We'll keep going forever on this subject.
Right. I was gonna say, I love that the younger generation gets like nostalgic about things that have happened. Like,
and they weren't even there for
they'll
that.
be like, I've listened to the whole Beatles discography, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
or they know more facts than you know, and you're like, wait, what? You're like, you sampled who?
Right.
Wait, what album's that from?
Right.
That's an album? Oh, sorry.
But I feel like that's because of so many streaming services. Like the same thing, information. Yeah, they can find it. And back in our day, it was like, can I buy this CD, Mom? Like, you know, or like you had to go find it literally to go listen to it. Or like, can I borrow your CD? Like, you know? And they'd be like, oh, you can borrow it till tomorrow. Like, that was like serious business. Now it's like, oh, go download this song. Go listen to it. I'm going to send you the link. And it's that easy, you know?
Yeah.
But, so I think all of that has to do with the culture. But I am, like you said, I'm happy that people are gung-ho. People are finding something to, like, you know, be all in for, because we need people like that.
Because Juneteenth festivals are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Because it's Pride Month. So people are already out. People are, especially out here. People are out here for art because our Pride is lit too.
Yep. If you've never been to LA Pride, come
or Long Beach Pride, both.
LA County, Southern California.
Yeah, it's just lit. But so I think Juneteenth this year is probably going to be even bigger than last year. I plan on going to Lamert.
Yep. And, if you guys don't know, we are here in the heart of Lamert Park right now at our studio, Morris Media Studios.
Yep. So tap in if you are in the area.
So Lamert Park, they'll have food. They'll have food trucks, vendors. They have a drum circle, music, all kind of stuff. It's family friendly. So make sure you guys come out. I went last year. It was really fun. You know, they had a lot of stuff. I just like being out, people watching and stuff like that. So I like it. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I think it's definitely worth coming to see. If not, too, there's the if you guys haven't heard about them taking back Manhattan Beach, they're fighting because Manhattan Beach was originally a black-owned beach owned by Bruce. What is his first name?
I forgot.
I don't remember, but I'll look it up. I think it starts with a B. But they're trying to take back Bruce's beach. The family is trying to take it back and get ownership of it. And they're actually having an event out there, too, in Manhattan Beach. So if you guys want something else to go do, that's out on the beach, a little bit more outside, go do that. But Lamert Park, too, is outside. So if you guys are worried about COVID or anything like that, you guys can make sure you wear your mask and take your proper precautions.
Yep.
But definitely, I would say for sure. And if not, use Google, use your resources, and find something to go celebrate. Either Saturday or Sunday. I'm sure they'll have some events for both days, even though it's on the 19th.
Yep. So don't miss out. Go find something to do, like she said.
Yes, yes, yes. So, in conclusion, go celebrate. Be loud. Be proud. Black, LGBTQA+, and all that. And we're here. And if you guys want to call in, 323-815-4204.
Yep.
Let us know how you feeling today.
Yep.
But what we're going to get into now, we're going to talk about our daddies for Father's Day.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So Father's Day is here. It is this Sunday. So aside from that, too, take your pappies out because it's Juneteenth and it's Father's Day weekend.
Stop getting him socks and stop getting him like stupid shit that he's not going to use, like mugs. Stop getting him like cactus plants. Stop getting your dad shit like that. Take your dad to dinner. Like, take your dad to dinner. Buy your dad like a nice pair of shoes. Like, buy him a suit. Get his watch fixed. Go get his car washed. Like, I'm so tired of you fucking lazy people. Dads want gifts. Dads don't want
we gotta
bullshit.
Call.
I'm so tired of that. We don't have headphones.
Here, I'll go get them. Okay. Hello, caller. Who do we have on the line?
It is yours truly, man. It is yours truly. It is yours truly. It is JP calling in.
Yeah, we miss you.
Oh, poor
What's
Ting
up, lovelies?
Ting.
You know, y'all know I miss y'all too, man. Y'all positive vibes making me feel better. I just sat up, you know.
Oh, he got the sniffles.
Right.
You heard his little sniffle?
Okay.
It's okay.
Jocelyn, Jay-Z, the man's name is Anthony Bruce. I have to let you know that. His name is
Thank
Anthony
you.
Bruce.
Come through! Yes!
Through,
Come
JP.
through!
You know that's why we keep you around. You
Come
know.
on now. Come on now. I gotta represent even if I am more
Look,
sick.
he over there half
man.
dead, still
Right.
coming with the facts. Like,
He woke
I
up like,
got
wait
the
a
info
minute.
for you.
Wait a minute, I know his name. I can't let him down. Hold on.
Yeah,
He
man.
probably got tissue sticking out his
Right.
face.
How you over there feeling?
Man, I'm gonna be 100 though. It's okay, man. Positive vibes. Y'all don't understand how this shit works. I mean, but it works wonderful magic. So
No
Hey.
money for you. You'll be
Right.
better. Just drink
Always,
lots of
man.
fluids, like your mama would say, and stay in the bed and spray some Windex
like my daddy
on it.
would say, wear some socks when you go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be good. But so just really quick though,
Yes.
I wanted to touch on that, man.
Yes,
Juneteenth is something.
please do.
I know I have a friend that her birthday is it's June 19th, man, and like this is gonna be like one of my first times. I'm gonna be healthy by Saturday, so I ain't tripping. But this is gonna be one of my first times, like celebrating this, and I think this is a very like iconic moment for us, for those of us who came up in like our generation and time, who wasn't really given like educational background on this holiday. And I know 4th of July is something that we've all celebrated before once upon a time, but I think that this is something where I want to encourage all of the listeners and everybody to really like just come out and give yourself an opportunity to enjoy something different if you haven't already done so.
Yep.
So
Yes.
with that being said, I'm just trying to push for that, you know, and just advocate for that whole experience, because we are on the rise right now.
Definitely.
Little by little. I mean, I know it's been obvious, you know, George Floyd getting his recognition, and, you know, we're starting to make little waves in the world and all that, but let's really, like, turn 2021 up.
That part.
Turn it all the way up. Because they hear us. They know we here, but they don't really know that we here.
But y'all don't hear me though.
Y'all
Right.
really
They need to
don't
show.
really-
They seen everybody come out for those riots and stuff, but y'all need to see I would say other than that, other time LA showed up was when Nip died on everything. And that was when one of the only times that I personally in my lifetime seen when that many people came out and it was peaceful.
Yeah. Definitely.
Right.
So I'm
right.
hoping that Juneteenth will be the same thing. There'll be like, as far as our, you know, the people celebrating and law enforcement and the other people involved. Like, hopefully just everything.
It was pretty good last year. We had a good turnout last year, so I'm hoping to keep the same
Awesome,
vibes going.
awesome.
But, yeah.
And I want to shout out all of my black business owners, man. To all of my
Yes.
black business owners out there, I just want to give y'all a shout out. I'm not on the panel right now to do that, but I had y'all on my mind to do that, so I just want to make sure I call in and do that and get big ups. And most definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We miss
Most
you.
definitely.
Can't
Right,
wait till
we
you come
miss
back.
you. Right.
Better be better by Saturday.
It's all love, man. I'm there next time and we on, baby. Come on
Oh
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Back in full effect.
All right, y'all, man.
Thank
All right,
you.
y'all.
See
Let's
you
make
later,
it hot,
be
man.
safe.
See
We're
you
going to tap
soon.
in.
Get better.
Most definitely. Thank you.
Yay. Yay.
Hey, right.
Come through with the facts.
And right. And he came and dropped that knowledge
Came
bomb on
through
me.
with the facts.
Boop.
Came through last week with his pops to talk about Father's Day.
Yes.
So JP is just clutch, which is why
always
he stays here, and we've been wanting this for a long time. So shout out to him again.
right.
Can't
Shout
wait
out
for you
to
to come back.
JP, the man, the myth, the legend. But yes, so JP did have his dad in studio last week for Father's
Definitely
Day.
did.
So that's why we were like, we for sure got to come in here and talk about our fathers. Represent for the ladies and for the daddy's girls.
Which is back to my stop getting your dad socks and shitty gifts and cards.
Yes.
And like coffee and candy.
Or
and
the
stuff.
shirt that says best dad ever.
Yeah, nah. I mean, if your dad likes candy, like my dad likes candy, I buy my dad candy, but it's not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of those, like, those stupid gifts. Get your dad something nice. Do something.
Right, take a load off. Go pay a bill or something for him.
Yeah.
Like, do something because I feel like some dads are either super into that kind of stuff or they're not, and they just want something super practical. Like, please just make my life easier.
Yeah.
Like, just do something to make it easier for me. And I feel like too, I think maybe that's why they have all those like weird little gadgety gifts, because it's like, oh, but it will make your life easier. But for some people, they're like, get this out of here.
I feel like it's gone out of control though. I feel like they're just lazy gifts. I feel like it's just gotten to the point where there's this stigma of like, just get dad something basic because dads are dumb. Or dads are like simple, but to me it's disrespectful, because it's like moms get bracelets, dinners, fucking trips. Shoes. They get trips, they get purses, they get all kind of shit that is like. But it's Mother's Day,
right?
And then fathers get socks and a coffee mug and a razor.
Keep it up.
And then what do they get for Christmas? Socks, a robe, boxers. Like it's I hear men complain about, and I'm tired of y'all posting y'all little funky ass gifts that y'all got y'all daddies. I'm tired of that shit. Stop posting the little funky socks that you got. Buy your dad a watch. Especially if you got a good daddy. If your daddy done cashed out on your daddy, is he one of them daddies that fix shit, or like, well, you know, make sure your car's clean, daddy. Or like pays for stuff, and just like he dads all the time. Spend some money on your dad.
Yep. Like, ladies, if you got a good man, good father in your life, spend some money.
He's going to spend money on you for Mother's Day and for Christmas and for your birthday. He's going to go ham. And even if he doesn't go ham, he's going to get you exactly what you want. You say you want some J's, you finna get some J's. You say you want to get your hair done, just go to the movies and chill out at home. You finna get your hair done, go to the movies and chill out at home. Like, they're going to do whatever you say that you want for those days. So why on Father's Day do y'all act like y'all don't know your husbands?
Hey, because sometimes they don't.
But then why are you buying gifts?
Look, right.
I just
sit this one out, sis.
I'm tired of listening to y'all men's complain on the internet. And I'm tired of my friends complaining. I'm tired of all that. So.
Okay, so what about the ladies taking over Father's Day? Like, how do you feel about that? Like how on Mother's Day, how on Father's Day it's always like, well, I'm the mama and the daddy, so happy Father's Day to me.
We're not. You're just you're just a mother 24/7, which you would be whether he was here or not. So why do you get an extra holiday?
I think it's just an adaptation of our janky, toxic culture that we have nowadays. And because most people are not married and are not in I don't even want to say co-parent, because that means a whole nother thing now, but a dual cohabitation parenting situation. I feel like that's why more women, because there's so many more single mothers that they're like, oh, well, but then it's like, why are you so proud to be the mama and the daddy? Like, you chose this man when y'all lay down.
That doesn't mean, though, that just because she chose that man, that she chose to be a single mother.
No, I'm not saying chose to be a single mother.
But you didn't. Point is, you're not the dad.
Right.
You didn't get yourself pregnant. It's petty. And if you just are going to say, my baby daddy ain't shit, your baby daddy ain't shit. It's like, I just think it's stupid. I think the whole argument and the whole making it a thing and posting it on Facebook and everybody getting into arguments about it is fucking dumb. It's like, why are we even talking about it? Because I've you know, like, in general, like, yes, you're the mother. Why is that a thing? You're the mother 24/7. He's the father. He's just not a dad. And you're still the mom. So
I think it looks bad on their part.
I just think, shut up.
When it's messily done.
But then again, we are biased because we don't have kids. So fight us if you want to.
Call in.
Aunt at its finest, and we can talk about it. But I'm not finna be like, I'm the auntie and the uncle because my brother ain't here. The fuck? I'm not finna do that. So I just think it's stupid. But that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's just, I think that just comes, like you said, from women being, like, upset, and they just want to press the issue that they baby daddy
make something else about them. That's how I think of it. Like how men say, oh, women will just make it about them or make it like this or make it like that. And I feel like that's Father's Day got swooped up in the wing. Like single mothers said, oh, all the single ladies, we all the single mothers and we're the fathers too. And we want our gift. And then we want the recognition and all this. But it's like, and even then, why y'all so worried about y'all baby daddy? Did you not have a father? Does nobody have a father around you? Like, everybody act like they got to just talk about their baby daddy. Why you can't represent for the other fathers in your life, your uncles that are good fathers? Like, Father's Day is not just about you and your kids' fathers and or whatever. Like, or you could go and pay homage and show appreciation to a random father.
To anybody.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just someone you know. The guy that works at the corner store that you always go to.
We got a caller. Caller. What you
Hey.
holla? Who we talking to?
Hey.
Who's that we can't hear?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
All right. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening, CJ.
Hey, I'm not talking about know who I am when I'm calling, huh? Man.
I hear you.
Yeah, man. Just wanted to reach out to y'all, man, and just say hello, man, and thank y'all for having this Father's Day episode, man. Like, it's man, it's kind of bittersweet. I just lost my dad in January, so Father's Day right now is kind of crazy. And then, like, I got other stuff going on in my life that's been, like, affecting my kids and stuff like that. But, you know, it is what it is. But, like, I just wanted to thank y'all for, like, having a platform to where, you know, folks can come out and give shots out to fathers and, you know, give information about fathers and what they go through and, you know, things like that. So,
Yeah, man. We got to represent for y'all. We ain't finna leave you
Right? You want to give a shout out?
man, yeah, I want to give a shout out to the upbeats, the offbeats, the deadbeats, you feel me? All the dads out there, you know, talking about this far month, you know, talking about, you know, every, no, I'm just playing. I'm just messing. That's enough being ignorant, you know, but seriously, really shout out to, like, all the father figures out there, all the dads, like, all the wannabe dads, all the, you know, just the moms that want to be dads, you know what I'm saying? Like, just everybody that just plays a part in actually, like, a child's life. No, seriously. Because it's very important that you instill things in a child's life.
Definitely.
Whether it's a mother or a father, you just instill important things in a child's life to where they'll be, you know, better adults growing up. So, you know, I just don't want to take up too much of y'all time. Thank y'all so much, and continue doing what y'all doing.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
And shout out to you for being a dad.
All right.
Right?
Hey.
Shout out. You
Hey,
is
man,
the
somebody
pappy.
has to give
Right,
somebody
he is the
pregnant.
pappy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, happy Father's Day to
Yes,
you.
happy Father's
Thank y'all
Day.
so much.
Charles
I
G is
really
looking
appreciate
down
that.
proud.
I really
Right?
appreciate
Charles
that.
G's proud of you.
And happy Heavenly Father's Day, Charles G.
Yes.
Man, yes, indeed. Happy Heavenly Father's Day. Y'all have a good one.
Yep, you
Thank
too. Have a good night. Be
you.
safe. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to all the people that are going through Father's Day missing their fathers.
know.
Because I'm sure it's a rough day. It's a rough time for everybody. When holidays, all that type of stuff,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So shout out to all you guys keeping it together, you know, having a day to celebrate the fathers that you guys have lost.
And in
my
the
heart's
same
out to you guys.
fashion, if you can't celebrate your father if they're not here, please just share that love with someone else.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely a father out there that doesn't have their children to praise
shout
them.
out to them too.
So, you know, it goes both ways. So just, you know, spread love, spread that care, treat people how you want to be treated.
Because you never know what someone's going through.
Exactly.
You never know. So
And like you said, Father's Day is one of those days. It's a touchy day for people, and you know it's definitely something that I think people get stuck in, like, to tradition, but I think people should get more into, like, making it their own. You know, it doesn't have to be your dad. It could be, you know, your cousin's father or something like that.
just recognizing the dads in general, because y'all be getting shitty gifts, and it really makes me mad. And I feel like people don't talk about it enough. So I'm just gonna represent for all the shitty gifts that you got, because y'all know I don't do shitty gifts. I'd be upset.
Okay, well, what was the best? What was the best, like, I guess, younger gift that you gave your dad?
I don't know, because I didn't buy them. I don't know. My
You
grandma
didn't make
would buy
nothing
them.
at school?
I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie. I made my dad, and my dad will attest to this. I have made my dad so many pictures, so many animals. I've sewn him dolls. I've bought him things. I've painted him things. My dad has a chest, a plethora of things that I gave my dad. So as a child, my dad got everything. Father's Day, I was the kid that was lit. Making pictures, and I was always drawing. So my dad got little kid gifts, like, you know, and when I got older, I feel like I probably either gave my dad something to do with film, because my dad was always had camcorders. So I feel like between me and my grandma, it probably had something to do with getting him film or getting him like something for his camera, or like something for the maybe get like a new printer, because my dad he's like a tech, like, you know,
gadget.
But like the biggest thing I don't know, as a kid.
Not the biggest, like just whatever made the most impression.
Probably camera stuff, or really just giving him all those pictures, like I said, because I just remember I was always the one drawing stuff for my dad. Like I was always like trying to give him little kid gifts, but you know.
I'd say mine the most memorable because I think it's still around, and because I can remember making it. It was, and because it was a whole process. It was like, bring this to school and blah blah blah. So we had to bring an empty can, and your parents had to help you take off the top of it so it was even or whatever. But we dipped. Now thinking about it, it makes my anxiety flare up thinking about doing it. But you dip the piece of yarn in glue, and then lassoed, I don't know, wrapped it around until it like stayed on there, and then I put dad in glitter like on it. But the point is, he still has it to this day, and it's like, and I look at it like, oh yeah. This is here, but it's like wow, it's lasted so long and he still has it, and I just am like, once you've been a dad, like you said, he has a plethora. It's like, after so many years, you just get all this stuff, and it's like you have all this random. But it's like, as a dad, you know, it's like what's that random picture and it says dad? It's like, they gonna put it up in their cubicle. They're gonna put it wherever. It's not like why do you have that? It's like, my kids did
my dad's desks when he worked in office jobs had me everywhere, and I'd come anytime I come to any kind of thing, like, and my dad's only kid, so I was lit. So anytime I go to like see him at work, or if I went to like a work party or something, they're all, you're Mike's daughter, you're Mike's daughter, you're Mike's daughter, because they've seen my face across his whole queue. He had a mouse pad,
and then they're like, that's your daughter?
A mug, like 6 pictures of me, screensaver, like everything is like me and my daughter, and I didn't think it was real.
And he's the photo guy too, and so dude, you know there was
I got to his desk and was like, you look like a creep, like you've got just all these pictures of me, like there's nothing else in your life but me. But it's like, that's dad shit. Like dads are like, that's my daughter, this is my daughter, this is my daughter, and I'm just like 12, hell 13, hell.
That's
like,
how I feel.
But I'm glad that, like, because something I want to talk about was like just the different, while we still have time, that the different dynamics in like our parents and like our parents' parenting styles, because like your parents are older than my parents, and your parents are from the South. My dad's a fucking white Mexican from LA, and he's only like 25 years older than me.
213, woo woo.
Yeah, so he's just out here with a completely different mindset, and it's like having a brother dad, and you had like parents, but like my dad's dad, my grandfather,
shout out to Tata,
my Tata, rest in peace,
R.I.P. Tata.
It like, he's a man's man, you know, like he was like get up and go to work and was like dad, but he wasn't like interactive dad, you know what I mean? But like he got up and went to work and did whatever.
He was a provider.
Yeah, and my dad is more of like kickback. Like he was just,
you do your homework tomorrow. It's
cool. Like he wasn't really tripping, and he wasn't really strict with me, you know. But then like your parents are completely different. Like your mom is like housewife. Your dad was like, I'm out in the world providing. He's not really. He's Tata, but you know what I mean. But like, so it's funny that like my dad turned out as like, nah, I'm kind of cool. Like I'm be the chill dad, you know. And like your parents are more old school, which is more like my grandparents. Yeah. But then we're the same age and grew up in completely different types of environments, and still don't have kids. And I think that's interesting. That like, you know,
we lit y'all.
I'm like, I'm selfish. I just don't see myself with a little person. I do, but I need to see myself with a man's and with a ring on this hand. On this finger specifically. I don't think I'm gonna make anybody a father. I don't plan on. Everybody knows me. I'm the greatest aunt. Come bring me the kids so I can drop them off in a little while. But yeah, nah. But I think I love seeing. My point was that I love seeing now as adults that have like our age, that have like full blown teenagers, like how different your the parenting styles really affect how we are as parents. 'Cause I feel like we're the first generation of like, yeah, y'all fucked that up, and I'm not about to do that to my kids, and I'm actually gonna like implement things that are completely the opposite of what you told me. But then naturally, some of the way that we are is because we were raised the way that we were, and we're trying to run from it in raising our children, but in the way that we act amongst each other.
Full circle.
No, but the way that we act amongst each other is the way our parents raised us. If that makes sense, but then you're trying to
teaching
raise
them something different.
Yeah, like when we had
don't
Dominique,
do as I say as I do.
Like when we had Dominique on the show, shout out to Dominique and Demi when they came through.
Yes.
That she was very specific on, I'm trying to break generational curses that, you know, I had in my family, or she's trying to get Demi to explain herself instead of just telling her no. She explains to her why, blah, blah, versus like, you know, I know other people that they act exactly the way their parents did them.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's almost crippling them because that we're not in that time where you still should act like that.
Yeah.
Like, where it's 2021 and you're the way your parents were raising you in the 80s and the 90s wasn't necessarily...
It's not the culture that we live in today.
And it's just like, it's funny how like we take a little bit of all of that and then we either like go ham being old school, or we're like, yeah, I'm going to just intertwine the two. And I feel like it's a weird... Like, that makes it even harder to be a parent, especially a father, because what the father in the home looks like to you and what you want you as a father to be in the home isn't necessarily...
what it looks like for you.
Because if you've never seen it and you don't know what it is and you're just like, Bill Cosby, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Or you're
right.
for real.
Al Bundy.
Yeah, like Al Bundy. Exactly. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you don't know anything else. Or 40-year-old virgin. You're just like, I mean, not 40-year-old virgin, Step Brothers. You're just in the house and your parents aren't kicking you out and you're just like, there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of, you know, and I don't know, I think the father specifically sets a different tone in the house. Like, it doesn't matter to me who's washing dishes and who's going to work. To me, it's just a father sets a different tone. Like, either dad is, like, obviously either it's good cop or bad cop, but dad is either going to explode and shit's lit because dad is pissed, or dad is going to come in and dad's going to level everything out. I feel like it's like dads have that capability because women start to run off the handle. We get emotional. We start taking what our kids do personally, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, women just start freaking out and men come in like, shut that shit down.
But I feel like, too, that's if you're a good man and a good husband and a good father. In anyone, if you fit if the shoe fits for one of those categories, but I do, like you said, the contrast of the two. But like for me, like you said, my parents are older, but then at the same time, there's an age gap between my two parents. So for me, growing up, my dad was always like the authoritative. He's the authority.
Yeah.
Like he is the enforcer. He's the this. Ask your father. Don't wake him up. Blah blah blah. Like. Everything. Your dad has to go to work. But he was like how Tata, provider, go to work, go to work, go to work, go to work. But, like, when it came time to, like, hit puberty and, like, grow older and, like, want to go do stuff, my dad, I used to be like, oh, I can't stand, I hate him. Because he wouldn't let me go do anything. I couldn't spend the night over nobody's house. It was, like, strict life 101. I'm raised by true life. I got old-fashioned parents.
Yeah, mine too.
So, like, growing up, I was like, well, it sucks. I can't talk to him. Like, but my mom, because she's younger, not like crazy younger, because my mom was still older, y'all, but she's younger than my dad. Yeah. She was like the person that was like the middleman of like, we were like, let's go to this party. And she'd be like, well, I want to go to this party. Like, she can explain it in a way where it was like, if it was too culture forward, it'd be like, all right, we're gonna leave him out of this equation because he's not. That's gonna take a whole nother backstory to explain to him why we have to go to this party on Friday because this boy is gonna be there. You know, but it's like he don't care about that. He's like, I have to go to work tomorrow. But it's like, now that I'm older, honestly, I appreciate all that shit. Shout out to my parents, because all that keeping me in the house, sheltering me, it worked great.
It turned her into the granny she is today. Because she does all kind of granny shit that I'll be like, that's because your daddy didn't let you do that when you was younger. But I feel like both of us, though, we didn't do a lot of shit that most kids were doing, like...
Because we had daddy in our lives.
Because we had daddies. Like, and we had somebody being like, hell no, because I couldn't sleep at nobody's house. I could, but it didn't happen until later, and it was only like I only slept at someone's house maybe twice. But other than that, my grandma wasn't going for it. I couldn't have people in my house either. I couldn't go to parties.
I couldn't sleep at the girl's house that lived next door. But
me
we
either.
got a call.
Oh,
caller,
call
who we got on the line?
What up? It's RC. What's going on?
Hello.
What's happening?
Who is this?
Black man. I know who that is on the line.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Who am I
We
talking
got
to?
this is America's Most Wanted on the line.
I got to listen through my mic. Is that you?
You know I don't be. You know.
You're he.
Yeah, this is me.
What?
This is me.
If y'all don't know,
I'm listening. You know, I'm listening. I appreciate you telling everybody to get better gifts for dads. You know,
man.
Look, he like, where the better gifts at?
Man, because
I'm still waiting on my better gift right now.
Shut up.
Look, your number one dad socks is coming right up, okay? Just wait on it.
Your mug is on Amazon. Trust me, I seen it in the car.
Nah, he get a glass cup
socks.
because he don't drink no coffee.
No, he actually
I
does
get
drink
some
coffee,
socks.
surprisingly.
Oh,
I know.
Well, look at that.
Hey, I'll take a good mug. You know, but it better be something in the mug. It better be something in the mug if you do it.
Right.
But you know, I appreciate y'all talking about that because I'm most definitely looking for my good Father's Day gift. And it better not be no socks because if I get socks, I'm changing all the locks in the house.
See, that's what needs to happen. That's what y'all need to start doing is starting to retaliate when y'all get shitty gifts. You need to start doing petty stuff like taking all the backs of the earrings, all that type of shit, taking all the shoestrings.
Oh, hell. We gonna fight.
Taking her hot comb or something, putting it somewhere. Yeah.
Cut off the little extension part on the hot comb.
Yep.
Oh, you already know I'm the pettiest. I'll take the doors off the hinges.
Mess.
No, this is the guy who was upset that they were overstuffing the trash can and took the trash can outside with the big barrel trash can and said, since y'all can't take the trash out, it's finna sit outside. So he not playing no game. He'll change the locks. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. But you know, we had to look out for people that all the dads that are getting the shitty gifts. I definitely had you in mind when I thought of that because we've had many conversations about bad gifts and like real life. So you know, I got you, bro. Don't trip. Shitty gifts. I'm trying to spread the word.
I get good gifts. I have to give out good gifts. I got to spend a lot of money on my gifts. I need something in return.
Right. Give me some money. I'll go buy my own
And you're a good
stuff.
dad, so you deserve good gifts. That's the other thing. That's the main point is that if you have a good dad, he should get a good gift, not just like some everyday pussy you're going to give him or everyday gift or everyday razor or everyday whatever, a bubble bath, some bullshit.
Put that everyday coochie away, y'all.
Right. Nah, we're not doing that. So.
And one other thing, like, I want to speak on, like, raising kids now, like, because I got a son and a daughter, and the way I was raised, it doesn't work raising them. Like, I got my ass whooped all the time. Whooping their asses don't work because it's like they just don't get it. Even after the ass whooping, I'll be like, do you get it now? They be like, nah, I still don't know why I got my ass whooped.
Right.
I can't be giving out ass whooping. So when, you know, parents now, we just got to figure out a way to maneuver and still treat the kids how we were treated, like still be disciplinarians, but still be like, we got to learn how to talk to them because if we ain't talking to them, then they not getting it and we're just whooping ass for nothing and then they going to be whooping ass and it's going to keep getting passed down to, it's just not going to make
right,
sense.
everybody whooping ass.
Right. But, you know, that's all I want to say. Y'all doing a great job. I'm enjoying the show. Y'all keep it up.
Well, thank you for calling.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Peace.
And happy Father's Day.
Right, happy Father's Day. It's lit.
Yeah, man. I feel like my auntie Brianna, shout out to my baby auntie Brianna and her daughter Soleil. She said it the best when I asked her about having kids. I was like, are you scared? Or like, because she's younger than me. She's like 10 years younger than me. So it's my baby auntie. And I'm like, are you scared of having a baby? Like, you're young, you don't know what you're doing. Like, you're still trying to get your life. And she said, you just train it. And I feel like that's what parents are going through. Our generation, parents are just going through, well, I know what I didn't like, and I know what my dad didn't do, or what I wanted my dad to do, or like what my dad did that bothered me, and like our generation of fathers are really trying to make, like, it given the opportunities, you know, like, they're really trying to break those curses and be, like, better parents than they were.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
feel
I
like
mean?
there's more of a connection with things that affected you as a child that you're still carrying with you as an adult,
like communication.
I
feel like
but
a lot of
things
adults
that
are
were
figuring
like
that
when they're
out.
like, okay, go away, like, then they're like, I didn't like that when I was little, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But then I feel like too, some people still get lost in the sauce of they don't do that, but then they're like, here, go on the phone, and it's like a different thing, but it's just the same.
It's the same concept.
Type of technique. But I feel like because now people are more in tune with their feelings and expressing it, that they can recall what those feelings felt like as a kid and be able to put words to it now and be able to explain it to their kids or tell them, if I make you feel this way, let me know.
And kids are more, I feel like now, like, even small kids feel more empowered and they have better usage of their words to be like, this hurt my feelings. Yeah. Because they don't know that it hurt their feelings, but then they, as crazy as it is, they can go to the internet and Google something as simple as, why does this feel this way? I didn't like when somebody said this.
Pounding.
I didn't like when someone said this to me. What does that mean? And they can see 15 million other people that are like, your feelings were hurt, and they can put it together.
Even if it's like the simplest thing, duty head. Like, what's a duty head? And they're gonna go look it up. And then
it's gonna hurt their feelings. Someone called me a poop head. Like they're gonna figure it out. And it's gonna hurt their feelings. So I feel like kids being able to express to their parents and us being able to absorb it and not be mad about it, because the thing that pisses me the most off, and I don't care that I'm not a parent, and I'm gonna say it, but I don't like when I hear people's kids not understanding what's going on, still getting like in trouble. Like, I don't like that. Like,
you don't need to know. Go to your room.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the not explaining to them, because what you're not and I get the whole, like, they're kids. They don't need it. They don't need an answer. No is no. But to some kids, no is not no. Yeah. Like, I need to know why the fire is unsafe, because it's going to burn you. It burned me. Now I've been burnt. I know. So now the next time I say, can I touch this? And it's going to burn you. Now I know why it's going to burn. So, like, today, I was going to bring my nieces. I felt like maybe today's subject matter wasn't appropriate for them. And I was stressed out for a few minutes of how I was going to tell my nieces, I'm going to bring you to the show. Just kidding. No, I'm not. And I was like, I'm just going to say it. And I literally just said, I don't think today's topic is appropriate for you guys. I'll bring you guys next time. There was nothing. Yeah. They both got it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if she would have asked me, if I would have just said, I'm not going to bring you, and she asked me, or one of them asked me, why couldn't I come? And I don't give her an answer and give her an attitude. What am I showing her? That she doesn't matter, that she doesn't warrant an answer, and that I know I didn't like that, and I feel like, well, why should I care when you tell me something to do, or why should I care about anything else you're telling me at any other time? Why should I keep my nails clean? Why should I wash my ass when you won't even explain to me something as simple as why you won't come get me? And it's just because you don't have the patience to tell a kid. No, you don't want to explain it to them?
That's because they be on their own little shady hype.
Exactly. But make up a shady excuse for the kid so the kid will shut the fuck up and go away. That's how I look at it. But that's just me. And because I don't have parents, people always want to be like, I don't know when you have parents.
Right, when you have kids.
When you have kids, it's not about that, though. It's about, I remember what it was like. Back to what you were saying. I remember what it was like as a child. So why do I want to treat a kid like that? Yeah. Why do I want to treat the kid the way I knew I felt like shit? And I'm not even the parent. I'm the kid. I'm the adult watching on, and my inner kid is like, whoa. So, but we're running out of time, and I just started to get lit. We got all lit in the conversation, and then we realized, because we had these awesome callers that threw us off, but we appreciate you calling us, and then we just don't remember to keep talking about what we were going to talk about. So, thanks you guys for coming. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for always tuning in and leaving us comments and sharing our shows and just calling to tell us that you guys are liking what we're doing. We appreciate it. We definitely love the feedback. And, for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, welcome. You came in at the end, but at least you showed up. Hope we see you in 2 weeks when we're live again.
Actually,
just kidding.
It'll be in 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
This is a 5-week month. Yeah. The first week of July, we will be back. So you guys will unfortunately have to miss us some more.
Sorry, guys. But we'll be back times 3. Oh. There'll be 3 of us.
Maybe we'll go live or something before then.
Maybe. Who knows? We won't make any promises.
Do a little sub episode or something.
But stay safe. Stay loved. Stay everything that you could be. Don't let negativity, penetrate you, and keep going. Come back and see us. What do we say? 3 weeks? July?
3 weeks.
First week of July, 7 o'clock, that first Wednesday. We'll
Yes.
be here, loud and proud.
Thank you for tuning in, you guys. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, like us on Instagram.
Everything.
And come back in 3 weeks.
You got 15 minutes because we got time.
Thank you.